Hello, all you tiny people that live inside my phone. My name is Fynn, and welcome back to the channel. Today, I'm going to be talking about my favorite Spider-Man villain, and the one that I would consider to be the most underrated. Today, we're talking about Mysterio. Uh, there's a fairly large, misconception about Mysterio, and that's that he is super technologically advanced. And if you watch Far From Home, in the MCU trilogy and stuff, yes, he is. If you watch comic books, if you read certain comics, yes, he will be he'll be associated with technology. But for the most part, he's and the PS2 Spider-Man game had him as being a technological thing. But typically speaking, Mysterio is all about tricking you. It's circus tricks. It's theatrical play. It's smoke and mirrors. That's like the thing. And that's what I really prefer with Mysterio. Mysterio is maybe the best adapted villain in comics ever because there's not bad representation of the character. If you watch the MCU, Jake Gyllenhaal does a great job as Quentin Beck. If you watch the Spectacular show, Mysterio is fantastic. If you watch the 90 show, Mysterio is fantastic. If you play the Spider-Man PS1 game, Mysterio is fantastic. If you play through Spider-Man 2 for the PS5, Mysterio is fantastic. Shattered Dimensions, fantastic. And there's so many good versions of the character. I can't think of any that are bad. I can think of some that aren't what I want for the character. I don't like him being all technology based. I like it being the smoke and mirror stuff. And you can have technology stuff in there, but the idea of him being in a mocap suit, I'm not a fan of. But that version of Mysterio is good, has good acting, good writing. I think it's well put together. I like it. It's just not what I want for the character. And Mysterio is a character who you can slot in really anywhere as a villain. You can fit him as a character that doesn't matter. You can fit him as a character who is there for a laugh or there to be just a random guy who gets put away. Good example is when Sam Raimi was writing and producing and directing stuff for Spider-Man 4, which did not come out. He had the plan to have Bruce Campbell, who appeared in all three of the original movies, to be Mysterio. And for him to be all chubby and in his suit with his helmet off, being brought into a police station. And it's funny. It's really funny. It's a well put together way of bringing the character that Bruce Campbell continuously plays throughout those movies too. It's fun. And you can have him be that just a guy. He can just be a dude. He can be easily arrested. Spider-Man doesn't have to have issues with him. You just toss him away. He doesn't matter. You can also put him as what I would call a mid-card villain, where he's not the big bad, but he's there. Which is how a lot of TV shows do it. They don't typically make episodes built around Mysterio destroying a city, but it's oh man, villain of the week time, Mysterio, because he's easy to write for as damn voice crack. He's easy to write for as a villain of the week character because his motives are so human and just there. He wants revenge on this person for doing a bad thing to him. All right, yeah, true. No, fair, realistic. He is just robbing a bank for money. Okay, true, fair, realistic. Typically, Mysterio isn't written to be super sympathetic, and he's not typically written to be super, mega evil. He's in the middle, which is a good place to have a villain whenever you want to slot them in anywhere. I think the more sympathetic versions of Mysterio are good. For example, the version of him in Spider-Man 2 for the PS5 is really good. I like his last talk about how Mysterio will always be a villain, but Quentin Beck does not have to be. And I think that's really beautiful and a really good showing of second chances and stuff. I think that's really cute. It really works, and I like it, and I like him, and he's awesome. I love Mysterio. And alongside being the little guy and the middle guy, he can be the big bad. In Far From Home, he is threatening. He is terrifying to Spider-Man. He knows his identity. He has all of the systems from Stark. He knows how to fuck up Peter using like audio and imagery and stuff, and it teaches Peter about spider sense. And I think that's also really, I'll get to that in a minute. I love that. But like, you can have him be that big threatening villain. You can have him go from pussy to threatening villain really quickly. I think the best version of that is in Shattered Dimensions, which is a really good video game. That's like the game. That's so good. Like in the opening cutscene of that game, Mysterio gets his ass beat. Spider-Man kills him basically. Like fuck you, buddy. Fuck you, buddy. Fuck you, buddy. Go home. And then Mysterio gets this tablet and he gets superpowered or whatever, and then he like becomes a multiversal big bad. And that works, and he's threatening, and he's terrifying, and he uses the smoke and the mirrors and the bravado, and he uses interferences that are not his own power and interferences that are not his own need or want to get what he needs and wants. And I think that's fucking awesome. And I love that he can be nothing, he can be super important, he can be anywhere in the middle, he can flop between them. Mysterio is a perfect villain in the way that you can put him in any version of Spider-Man. Spider-Gwen, fucking Miles, Peter, Hobie, Miguel, all of them. Fuck, any Spider-Man can be handed a version of Mysterio and it works. Because there's so many ways to take the character. If you have a more spunky Spider-Man, like the Spectacular Spider-Man, for example, I, like in my high fantasy booking time, in my like fantasy world of making my own Spider-Man movies and stuff, I like the idea that Quentin Beck is A, played by Charlie Day, because I think Charlie Day could play a really good Quentin, and B, would be Peter's like theater teacher. Like that's like a perfect area for him to be like in Peter's life, other than just an outside interference over and over. So like there's that. I like Mysterio's awesome. And also the thing about him teaching unintentionally teaching Spider-Man how to use the senses and stuff is so fucking cool. I love when they do that shit. So like you can have him with like a spunkier Spider-Man. You can have Mysterio with like Spider-Man Noir. Like a Noir Mysterio would be fucking awesome. That's a thing I want to fantasy make. Holy shit, that's so cool. Like because for those who don't know, Noir Spider-Man has a lot of stuff with like the circus and stuff, and then like Norman Osborn in that universe in some ways is like a circus monster, like a freak show sort of thing. And like you can easily fit Mysterio into like a circus and a freak show thing because he's all about like glass and mirrors and smoke and like tricking you. And you could make like a dark and gritty Mysterio work easily. It would be so fucking easy to do. You could have him work with somebody who's like the fucking Ben Reilly Spider-Man or Spider-Man Kane, or you could have a 2099 Mysterio, which there probably is. Like there's a million things you can do with Mysterio. He's fucking perfect that way. You can slot him in to be a big bad for anybody, or just a villain of the week, or unimportant, or whatever, and it works. He's also great for video games because he's all about tricking you. So that's like perfect for video games. I think the final boss in Shattered Dimensions is okay, but like the ideas of it are really fucking neat. I think all of the Mysterio stuff in Spider-Man 2, both the one on the PS2 and the one on the PS5, are really fucking good. The PS1 game Mysterio is awesome. I fucking love Mysterio. He's so cool. And then his design is awesome. Like, if you just do the comic book, like, big green suit, purple cape, bull, it works. He's goofy, he's a comic book character, and it fits. If you make him more technological, like with the fucking mocap suit of Far From Home, it works. Or the like, theatrics and the technology of the Spider-Man 2 game, it works. Or you can make him more dark, more gritty. You can add, like, the skull inside the fish head. That's the fish head, the fishbowl. Like, you can design him to be funny, you can design him to be scary, you can put him anywhere in the middle, and it works. He is a perfect character for that. I think it doesn't happen often, but the combo of Mysterio being this crazy, like, bravado-driven theater kid that just goes fucking crazy, alongside, like, the hardcore, like, bank-robbing version of, like, the Southern Shocker, that, like, combo is awesome. That's something I would put in a movie. I love those. I love that fucking clash of personalities. God, so cool. I love Mysterio. He's so cool. I drew Mysterio, but I don't have my drawing thing with me. I can't show you. Fuck. When this video comes out, I'll post a picture of the Mysterio drawing I did. It's not very good, so don't go expecting it to be really good. And it's not like, oh, it's not that good, and then it's like, okay, no, it's bad, because I can't draw. I'm blind and dumb and autistic. I can't draw nothing. All of those are factual statements. I am dumb, I am half blind, and I am autistic. I'm not making fun of anyone other than myself. Calm down. Speaking of making fun of people, god damn if Mysterio's not a perfect butt of the joke. You can throw that motherfucker through a wall in one scene, and then in the very next scene make fun of him for being fat. You can have him literally, like, threatening to destroy the multiverse, and then 2 seconds later, you can make fun of him for his fishbowl. Like, God, if that's not perfect. And as a foil to Spider-Man, who is like this quirky, spunky, like, character. Like, especially if it's like Peter, Miles, or Gwen. It's like a super spunky, super, like, funny, like, over-the-top hero. Like, and my quotes on hero are because it's like an over-the-top representation of what a hero is. Which is one of the great parts about Spider-Man. So, like, there's all of that, and I think that's awesome. It's awesome. It's awesome. If you are a film nerd or a comic nerd or Spider-Man specific nerd, whatever the fuck, if you like that stuff, I would like to hear your thoughts on Mysterio. I would like to hear, if you have a favorite version of the character, I would like to hear your thoughts on, like, which one's the best. If you prefer him to be more technology induced, or if it's all like parlor tricks, like what you prefer there. Did you like Jake Gyllenhaal's, like, portrayal? I liked it. I think a more, like, smoke and mirrors based, not as much like drones and stuff, would be better. But none of that's on Jake. He did fucking great. Jake Gyllenhaal's, like, Mysterio was so goddamn good. And that suit's really good, even though it's not real. But, like, I love Mysterio. He's probably my favorite villain, period. No, he's number 3, I think. Yeah, I think he's number 3. Because number 1 is Doctor Doom. Number 2 is Magneto. Then Mysterio. And then it would probably be Lex Luthor, who I fucking adore. I love hating on that motherfucker. Number 5. The Joker used to be up there, but now he's not. There's just been so much Joker stuff. Joker, but only from the Lego Batman movie. Number 5. Probably Mr. Freeze. I really like Mr. Freeze, especially when they go, like, the animated series route. I love that version of Mr. Freeze so much. Venom's probably number 6. I really like Venom, but he's not a real villain that often, especially not in my lifetime. Goddamn. So I won't put him at number 6. I'll put Doctor Doom. No, not Doctor Doom. I already put him. He's at number 1. I'll put Doc Ock at number 6. So we got Doctor Doom, Magneto, Mysterio, Lex Luthor, then Mr. Freeze. Yeah, I'd put Doc Ock there. Galactus, probably. Thanos. Hush. I really like Hush. Batman Hush is so good. And then who would my number 10 be? Shredder, probably? I really like Shredder. I love Shredder. Shredder's so fucking cool. That's like my 10. I'll probably make a video about just loving villains at some point. But yeah, there's all that for you. I apologize for this video not being super long. I'm recording it. I got out of work and then pressed record before my coworkers left the parking lot. I have not had a whole lot of time to record. Haven't been home alone much at all. Actually, haven't. I will get time to do that in the middle of June, though. Anybody like heat waves? I'll shut up. I love you guys. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for showing me affection and love and support and giving me parts of yourself and allowing me to share big parts of myself with you. Thank you guys so much for everything. On the road to 1,000 subs, baby. Comment your favorite villain, period. And then if it's not a comic villain, your favorite comic villain. And if it's not a Spider-Man villain, add a third, your favorite Spider-Man villain. Thank you guys so much for your time. I love you. Bye-bye.